Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing you've been living only a fraction of your true potential. Imagine if every fear, every doubt, every limitation you've ever believed was a lie, and the life you've been dreaming of was not only possible, but already within your reach. Today, I'm going to show you how to break every chain holding you back, how to tap into unstoppable energy, and how to create a future so extraordinary that the world won't believe it's yours. If you're ready to stop settling and start living, pay close attention because what I'm about to share will change everything. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a moment and look at yourself in the mirror. Really look. Not just the reflection you see on the surface, but the one hiding beneath, the person who has dreams, ambitions, and desires that have been quietly waiting for you to acknowledge them. How long have you been holding back? How long have you been settling for less than what you are capable of achieving? This is not about luck. This is not about chance. This is about awakening a truth so powerful, so undeniable, that once you see it, your life will never be the same again. And you see, most people go through life sleepwalking. They let circumstances dictate their mood, their energy, their actions. They wait for permission to be happy, for permission to succeed, for permission to live a life that excites them. But the truth is, no one is going to hand it to you. You are the creator of your destiny. Every single thought, every single decision, every single action is either taking you closer to the life you dream of, or pulling you further away from it. And the moment you realize this, the moment you accept responsibility for your life fully, something shifts inside you. It's like a switch is flipped, and suddenly the world is no longer a place where you react, but a place where you create. And think about the last time you held back because of fear. Maybe it was fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. I want you to understand something critical. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is a compass. It points you to the exact places where you need to grow. The moment you feel the heat of discomfort, the tension in your chest, the hesitation in your mind, those are the moments when your life is asking you to step up, to rise above, to expand into a version of yourself that is bold, powerful, and unstoppable. And you have to ask yourself a question that will change everything. Am I living a life driven by fear, or a life driven by possibility? Because here's the truth. The life you have right now is a direct result of the decisions you have made and the habits you have allowed to shape you. Every habit, every pattern, every choice has built the reality you are experiencing today. And if you want a different reality, you must make different choices. You cannot get new results by clinging to old behaviors. The moment you commit to change, the moment you decide to take massive action, you start to break free from the chains of mediocrity that have held you down. And I want you to imagine your life if fear did not exist. What would you do? Who would you become? Where would you go? And then ask yourself why you are not living that life right now. The answer will hit you. It's always within you. You have the power, the intelligence, the creativity, and the capacity to design the life of your dreams. But it requires clarity, focus, and an unwavering belief in yourself. Too many people wander through life waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the stars to align, waiting for someone else to validate their worth. And while they wait, life passes them by. Opportunities slip through their fingers, doors close, and they are left with the haunting question, what if I had tried? And the reality is this. Nothing is going to change unless you change. You have to decide that today, right now, is the day you refuse to be average, the day you refuse to live small, the day you declare that you are done settling for less. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It can either be your prison or your gateway to freedom. Every thought you entertain, every story you tell yourself, either empowers you or disempowers you. And the best news is, you get to choose. You can choose thoughts that ignite your energy, elevate your confidence, and fuel your actions. You can choose thoughts that propel you toward your vision instead of holding you back in doubt. And you see, most people underestimate the power of consistent, focused action. They think that big results come from big events, from monumental breakthroughs, from luck. But the truth is, extraordinary results are born from ordinary actions, actions that are repeated, refined, and executed with relentless discipline. It's the daily choices that compound over time, the decision to show up when others quit, the choice to push through when everyone else stops. The willingness to endure pain, rejection, and setbacks because you understand that every obstacle is a lesson in disguise. Every challenge, every hardship, every no you encounter is an invitation to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. And let me tell you something most people will never admit. Success is not about talent, it's not about intelligence. It's not about luck. It's about persistence. It's about refusing to quit when it's uncomfortable. It's about embracing uncertainty with courage. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the world is telling you to stop. Because the people who achieve greatness are not extraordinary because they never failed. They are extraordinary because they never gave up. They harnessed the power of their focus. They cultivated the fire inside, and they refused to allow anything to diminish their vision. And here's another truth that will transform your life. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Are you asking, why me? Or are you asking, what can I learn? How can I grow? How can I turn this into an opportunity? Your questions shape your reality. If you ask empowering questions, you will get empowering answers. If you ask limiting questions, you will remain trapped in limitation. Every single day, you have the opportunity to reprogram your mind, to challenge your beliefs, and to elevate your standards. And I want you to look around at the people in your life, the environments you spend the most time in. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Are they pushing you to grow, or are they comfortable keeping you small? You become the average of the people you surround yourself with. And if you are serious about transformation, you have to be ruthless about this. You have to seek out mentors, role models, and communities that inspire greatness. You have to immerse yourself in people who think bigger, act bolder, and live with relentless purpose. And now, I want you to think about your vision, your goals, your dreams, not the ones you whisper to yourself at night, not the ones you keep hidden out of fear. I mean, the vision that excites you so much it makes your heart race, your palms sweat, and your mind feel alive. That vision exists for a reason. It's not random. It's your life calling to you, urging you to step into the fullness of your potential. You have to chase it with a hunger that cannot be extinguished. You have to move with an intensity that leaves no room for regret. And you have to embrace the journey because every step, every challenge, every victory along the way is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. And here's the most eye-opening truth of all. The only limits that exist are the ones you impose on yourself. The only ceilings that hold you back are the ones you accept. You are capable of more than you have ever imagined. You are stronger than you realize, and the life you have been dreaming of is waiting for you to claim it. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need anyone's approval. All you need is the courage to take the first step, the discipline to keep moving, and the relentless belief that you are worthy of every success, every joy, every triumph that the universe has in store for you. And so ask yourself, what are you willing to do today that will make your future self proud? What risks are you willing to take? What fears are you willing to face? What actions are you willing to commit to create a life that is extraordinary in every way? You were not born to live small, to be ordinary, to blend into the background. You were born to shine, to inspire, to leave a legacy that cannot be ignored. You were born to rise above, to challenge the impossible, to rewrite the story of your life in a way that commands respect, admiration, and awe. And once you understand this, once you truly internalize it, your energy will shift, your mindset will change, your life will transform. You will no longer accept mediocrity because you will know that it is a choice, and you are no longer willing to make it. You will no longer wait for someone else to rescue you because you will understand that the power to create, the power to achieve, the power to manifest greatness has always been inside you. And from that moment, nothing can stop you, and now I want you to really feel this. Your comfort zone is the enemy of your dreams. Every time you settle for what is easy, familiar, or safe, you are dimming the light inside you. The moment you stay in a situation that doesn't challenge you, that doesn't excite you, that doesn't push you to grow, you are telling yourself that your dreams are optional. And let me be clear, your dreams are not optional, they are essential. They are the blueprint of your purpose. They are the compass pointing you to the life you are meant to live. But here's the thing. Dreams without action are just illusions. Vision without execution is a fantasy. You have to be willing to take the steps that scare you, to do the work that others avoid, to embrace the uncertainty that everyone else runs from. And think about it, every great success story you've ever admired, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every leader, every artist, you name it, they all faced fear. They all faced failure. They all faced rejection, doubt, and seemingly impossible odds. The difference between them and everyone else is that they refused to let fear make the decisions for them. They took massive action in the face of doubt. They committed to growth even when it was uncomfortable. And that is the defining trait of extraordinary people. The willingness to endure the temporary discomfort of growth for the permanent reward of greatness. And let's talk about what it truly means to be unstoppable. Being unstoppable is not about avoiding obstacles. It's not about never experiencing pain. Being unstoppable is about transforming pain into power, obstacles into opportunities, and setbacks into comebacks. It's about creating a mindset so resilient, so unshakable, that no matter what the world throws at you, you keep moving forward. When you understand this, you realize that there is no such thing as failure, there is only feedback. Every no you receive, every mistake you make, every door that closes is simply feedback showing you the way forward. The question is, will you listen, will you adapt, and will you continue, or will you quit and wonder what could have been? And I want you to see that your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you plant, the ideas you water, the beliefs you nurture, they grow into the reality you experience. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, that's exactly what will flourish. But if you plant seeds of courage, confidence, and unshakable belief, then a life of abundance, fulfillment, and extraordinary achievement is inevitable. And the good news is, you get to choose what you plant, you get to decide what you feed, you get to decide who you become. Every single day is a chance to cultivate the life you want, the life you deserve, the life that sets your soul on fire. And too many people think that success is linear. They think that if they take one step forward, everything will magically fall into place. But life is not linear, life is messy, life is unpredictable, and the sooner you embrace that, the sooner you can master it. Mastery is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's hard, even when you feel unmotivated, even when the world seems stacked against you. The moment you commit to this level of consistency, your results will begin to compound. Small actions repeated over time lead to extraordinary outcomes. And once you see that power in action, your confidence will soar, your energy will ignite, and your life will accelerate faster than you ever imagined. And let me remind you, there is a difference between living a life of purpose and merely existing. Living a life of purpose is not something that happens to you, it is something you choose. It's a commitment to aligning your actions with your deepest values, your passions, and your potential. It's about creating a life where every morning you wake up excited, where every challenge is an opportunity, where every setback is a lesson that propels you forward. This is not a vague idea. This is not wishful thinking. This is a decision, and once you make that decision, everything changes. And you have to understand the power of leverage, the power of influence, the power of momentum. Every decision you make either moves you toward your vision or away from it. Every relationship you invest in either elevates you or drains you. Every environment you immerse yourself in either inspires greatness or reinforces limitation. The people you surround yourself with, the media you consume, the habits you cultivate, they shape the trajectory of your life more than you realize. And here's the secret. By being intentional about these choices, you can create unstoppable momentum. You can design a life where success is not occasional, but inevitable. You can build a foundation so strong that nothing can shake it. And now, let's address something critical. Your emotions are not just feelings, they are signals. They are the language your mind and body use to tell you where you are aligned or misaligned with your purpose. Joy, excitement, passion, these are indicators that you are on the right path. Fear, doubt, frustration, these are indicators that growth is happening. The moment you learn to listen, to interpret, and to act on these signals, you unlock a level of power most people never even imagine. Your emotions become a compass, not a cage, and when you use them wisely, you move with precision, clarity, and unstoppable force. And I want you to think about your life as a story. And I don't mean the story you tell other people, I mean the story you tell yourself. What narrative are you living by? Are you telling yourself that you are limited, that opportunities are rare, that success is reserved for others? Or are you telling yourself that you are powerful, capable, unstoppable, and destined for greatness? The narrative you choose shapes your identity, and your identity shapes your reality. Change your story and you change your life. It's that simple and it's that profound. And now I want you to embrace one of the most powerful forces in the universe, commitment. Commitment is not just a word. Commitment is a lifestyle. Commitment is waking up every day and doing what others won't, sacrificing what others are unwilling to, and pushing through pain that others would run from. Commitment is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Without commitment, talent, intelligence, and even opportunity are wasted. But with commitment, mountains move, obstacles crumble, and the impossible becomes inevitable. And let me challenge you further, greatness does not wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is a myth. The perfect conditions will never arrive. There will always be challenges, always be obstacles, always be uncertainty. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to act anyway, to step into the arena, to face fear head on, to move with courage even when the path is unclear. Action is the antidote to doubt. Action is the gateway to results, and action, sustained over time, creates a life that is extraordinary beyond imagination. And I want you to think about the legacy you are creating. Not the legacy that others will see, but the legacy that you feel in your soul. What will people say about the energy you brought into the world, the impact you had on lives, the courage you demonstrated in the face of adversity? Legacy is not about fame, money, or recognition. Legacy is about contribution, influence, and transformation. And the moment you start living with that perspective, every decision, every interaction, every effort becomes infused with purpose. You start operating at a level far beyond survival. You start creating a life that inspires, uplifts, and empowers others while simultaneously transforming yourself. And here's another truth that most people ignore. Your comfort is the enemy of growth, but your discomfort is the gateway to freedom. The very things that make you anxious, uncertain, or fearful are the things that hold the key to your transformation. Every time you step into discomfort, you expand. Every time you embrace challenge, you evolve. Every time you act in spite of fear, you gain strength, clarity, and momentum. Discomfort is not punishment. It is a signpost pointing you toward the life you are capable of living. And finally, I want to remind you that your potential is limitless, but only if you choose to see it, embrace it, and act on it. You are capable of more than your mind can currently comprehend. You are stronger than your body feels. You are wiser than your experience suggests, and the life you have always dreamed of, the life that excites you, challenges you, and fulfills you, is waiting for you to claim it. It is not outside of reach. It is not reserved for others. It is yours right now if you are willing to step into it with courage, determination, and relentless belief. And now, let's talk about the one thing that separates those who dream from those who achieve: massive, unwavering, relentless action. Most people underestimate the power of action because they overestimate the importance of perfection. They wait for the right timing, the perfect conditions, the flawless plan, the ideal support. But life does not reward perfection, it rewards action. It rewards those who are willing to step into the arena, who are willing to risk, to fail, and to rise again. Action is not just about doing something. It's about doing what matters, doing it consistently, and doing it with intensity. And think about it. How many opportunities have passed you by because you hesitated? How many ideas, invitations, or moments did you let slip because you were waiting for certainty that would never come? The truth is, certainty is a myth. The only way to create certainty is to take action in spite of uncertainty. The only way to achieve greatness is to step forward when others step back. And the only way to build momentum is to start and then keep moving forward relentlessly. Momentum compounds in your favor when you refuse to quit, when you refuse to settle, and when you refuse to be average. And now, I want you to reflect on your energy, the life force you bring to every day. Energy is everything. Your energy dictates your influence, your confidence, your results, and the experiences you attract. When you are tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed, you react. When you are focused, passionate, and driven, you create. You become magnetic. You attract opportunities, people, and situations that elevate you. And the most powerful people in the world are not necessarily those with the most talent or resources. They are the ones who know how to harness their energy, channel it toward massive action, and maintain it consistently. Energy is contagious, energy creates results, and energy begins with the choices you make every moment: how you move, how you think, how you speak, and how you respond. And let's dig deeper into your mindset, because this is where transformation begins. Your mind is your most valuable asset. It shapes your reality, your experiences, and your outcomes. And the harsh truth is, most people are sabotaging themselves with negative thoughts, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs. They tell themselves, I can't, it's too hard, I'm not ready, I don't have enough. And while they repeat these phrases, life continues, opportunities pass, and potential goes unrealized. But here's the thing, your mind can be rewired, your beliefs can be changed, your story can be rewritten. And the first step is awareness, recognizing that every limitation you perceive is self-imposed. Every barrier is, in essence, a challenge you are capable of overcoming. And I want you to imagine your ideal life, the life you would create if there were no obstacles, no fears, no doubts. Picture it vividly. See yourself thriving, fulfilled, confident, and unstoppable. Hear the sounds of success around you. Feel the pride, the joy, the energy pulsing through your body. Now, the only reason that life is not your reality right now is that you have not fully committed to it. You may have wanted it, wished for it, or hoped for it, but hope alone is not enough. Commitment is the key. Commitment is when you decide, no matter what, that you will take every action necessary to make that vision real. Commitment is when you refuse to give up, refuse to be distracted, and refuse to let excuses control your destiny. And understand this: discipline and passion must work together. Passion ignites your fire, discipline keeps it burning. You cannot rely on motivation alone because motivation is fleeting. Some days you will wake up inspired, other days you will wake up tired, frustrated, or uncertain. On those days, discipline is your bridge. Discipline is what separates dreamers from achievers. Discipline is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. And the incredible news is that discipline is not innate. It is cultivated. It is built by taking small, consistent actions every day that align with your vision. And let's talk about resilience, because this is non-negotiable. Life will test you. Life will challenge you. Life will throw situations at you that seem unfair, overwhelming, or impossible. And the moment you encounter these trials, you have a choice. You can either succumb to them or you can rise. Resilience is not something you are born with, it is something you develop. It is the muscle that grows stronger every time you overcome adversity, every time you push through pain, every time you refuse to quit. And the beauty of resilience is this: the stronger it becomes, the more unstoppable you are. No obstacle is too great, no challenge too difficult, no dream too big. And now, let's examine the people around you, because they play a critical role in shaping your destiny. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with doubt, negativity, and complacency, your energy will be pulled down. If you surround yourself with visionaries, doers, and high performers, your energy will rise and your potential will expand. You must become intentional about the people you allow into your inner circle. You must seek out mentors who have achieved what you want to achieve, partners who elevate your energy, and friends who inspire you to be more, to do more, and to live more. And here is a truth that will change everything: clarity is power. The more clear you are about what you want, the more focused you become, and the more decisive your actions will be. Vagueness breeds hesitation, confusion breeds stagnation, and distraction steals your momentum. But when you are clear, laser, focused, and aligned, you create an unstoppable force. You know where you are going, you know what is required, you know what matters, and everything else falls away. And I want you to understand the role of gratitude in this journey. Gratitude is not just a feel-good exercise, it is a strategic tool. When you focus on what is already abundant in your life, you create a mindset of possibility. You attract more opportunities, more resources, and more energy. Gratitude shifts your perception from scarcity to abundance, from limitation to opportunity, from fear to faith. Every morning, every day, every night, take a moment to acknowledge what is working in your life, what you have already achieved, and the possibilities that lie ahead. Gratitude fuels action, and action fuels results. And now, let's get radical for a moment. Most people live life waiting for the world to give them something. They wait for validation, for permission, for luck, for timing. And while they wait, their lives pass by. But the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. The only person who can create it is you. The only person who can take control, make the decisions, and execute with power is you. Stop waiting. Stop wishing. Stop hoping. Take ownership. Take action. Decide today that you are done being passive and that you are stepping fully into your power. And here is the ultimate secret. Greatness is not found in extraordinary circumstances. It is created in ordinary moments, repeated consistently with extraordinary intensity. It is found in the choice to show up when it is inconvenient. It is found in the choice to persist when everyone else quits. It is found in the decision to push harder, think bigger, and act bolder than you ever have before. Every day, you are writing your story. Every choice, every thought, every action either builds the life you desire or reinforces the life you tolerate. And so, I want you to ask yourself right now, what story do I want to tell? What life do I want to lead? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Because the answers to these questions are not hypothetical. They are immediate. They are actionable. They are waiting for you to claim them, and the moment you do, everything shifts. Your energy shifts, your mindset shifts, your life shifts, and understand this, the most eye-opening truth about life is that your potential is infinite, but only if you stop limiting yourself. Only if you stop believing that your circumstances define you. Only if you start believing that your courage, your action, your persistence, and your clarity define you. You are capable of achieving more than you have ever imagined. You are capable of creating impact far beyond your current reach. You are capable of living a life that excites you, challenges you, and fulfills you in ways you never thought possible. And so I challenge you today to take one step that terrifies you, one action that stretches you, one decision that pushes you out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. Because that step, that action, that decision will be the catalyst for transformation. It will be the spark that ignites momentum, that fuels courage, that builds resilience, and that propels you toward the life you have always dreamed of. One step, one choice, one moment, and from that moment, everything changes. And now, let's go even deeper because I want you to see something most people never truly understand. Your life is the sum total of the choices you make every single day. Not the choices that are easy, not the choices that are comfortable, not the choices that are popular, but the decisions that stretch you, challenge you, and push you to grow. Most people make the mistake of thinking that their circumstances dictate their potential. They look around at the world, at the resources they do or don't have, at the challenges they face, and they say, "This is just how it is." But the truth is, circumstances are neutral. They are only powerful if you let them be. What gives them power over you is your perception and your response. And the moment you take full responsibility for your life, something remarkable happens: freedom. The freedom to create, to act, and to design a life that is extraordinary in every sense. And you see, most people live in reactive mode. They react to emails, react to texts, react to circumstances, react to other people. And because they are constantly reacting, they never get to create. They never get to take control of the narrative of their life. They never get to pursue what really matters to them. But when you step out of reactive mode and into proactive mode, you gain control. You gain clarity, you gain power. You start making deliberate choices that align with your vision, your purpose, and your highest potential. And that shift, that moment of realization, is the most liberating feeling you can experience. And now I want you to think about your habits. Every single action you take, every behavior you repeat, every routine you follow is either moving you toward your goals or pulling you away from them. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life. They are the foundation on which your future is built. And here's the shocking truth. Most people are living lives dictated by default habits, not by deliberate choice. They wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why they feel stuck, frustrated, or unfulfilled. But once you recognize the power of habits, once you take control of them, you unlock the ability to change everything. Small, consistent, high-leverage actions done every day create results that feel almost magical over time. And let's talk about focus, because clarity without focus is wasted energy. Your life is bombarded with distractions, emails, social media, obligations, noise, opinions of others. And if you don't consciously choose where to focus, your focus will be hijacked by the trivial and the urgent, rather than the important. Focus is not about doing more. Focus is about doing what matters most and doing it with absolute intensity. When you focus on the few activities that drive the greatest results, momentum builds, energy rises, and doors you never imagined start to open. And now, here's a principle that will blow your mind if you embrace it. Your beliefs create your reality. What you believe about yourself, what you believe about the world, what you believe about what's possible. All of it manifests in your life. And here's the kicker. Most people are living with limiting beliefs they don't even realize. Beliefs like I'm not enough, it's too late, I don't have what it takes. These beliefs act like invisible chains holding you back from your true potential. But the amazing news is, beliefs are not fixed. They can be changed, they can be upgraded, and once you change your beliefs, your results, your energy, and your opportunities change as well. And I want you to imagine breaking every chain that's been holding you back. Imagine shedding every doubt, every fear, every limitation. Imagine stepping into a version of yourself that is bigger, bolder, and more powerful than you ever believed possible. That version of you is not hypothetical, it exists right now. It has always existed. The only reason you haven't fully stepped into it is that you haven't fully committed. You haven't fully decided, and once you make that decision, once you commit with everything you have, the energy shift is immediate. You begin to act differently, think differently, and attract differently. Your life becomes a magnet for opportunities, growth, and results. And here's something most people don't understand. Success is not a destination, it is a state of being. It is not something that comes to you after a long journey. It is something you embody now every day. It is a mindset, a vibration, a way of operating in the world. When you operate from the state of success, you think bigger, act bolder, and make decisions that propel you toward extraordinary outcomes. And when you embody this state consistently, life begins to bend in your favor. Doors open, relationships align, opportunities appear, and challenges become stepping stones instead of roadblocks. And let's take a moment to talk about fear again, because fear is the most powerful indicator of growth. Whenever you feel fear, hesitation, or doubt, you are standing on the edge of transformation. Fear is not a signal to stop. It is a signal to step forward. Every time you face your fear, every time you push through discomfort, every time you act despite doubt, you expand your capacity for greatness. And here's the amazing truth. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is taking action in spite of fear. The more you practice this, the stronger your courage becomes, and the more unstoppable you are in every area of your life. And now, I want you to think about the legacy you are creating. Not in some distant future, but right now. Every interaction you have, every choice you make, every energy you bring into the world is building your legacy. Are you inspiring others, uplifting others, empowering others? Or are you reacting, complaining, and staying small? Your impact is determined by your willingness to rise above mediocrity, to live with purpose, and to push yourself to be the best version of yourself every single day. The life you live is not just about you. It's about the influence you have on the people around you, the opportunities you create for others, and the inspiration you leave behind. And I want you to understand the power of vision. Vision is the engine of your life. It is the clear, vivid picture of what is possible. And here's the secret. The clearer your vision, the more magnetic your energy, the more unstoppable your actions. Most people wander through life without a clear vision. They react, they drift, they settle. But when you have a vision so compelling that it pulls you forward, you start to operate at a completely different level. You make decisions differently, you prioritize differently, you invest your energy differently, and the universe begins to respond in ways you could never have imagined. And now, here's a truth that will transform how you approach every challenge. Every obstacle contains the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. Every setback, every disappointment, every failure is not a wall. It is a stepping stone. It is information. It is feedback. It is a signal guiding you toward what you need to learn, who you need to become, and the actions you must take to succeed. The moment you start seeing obstacles as opportunities, your entire approach to life changes. You no longer fear difficulty, you welcome it. You no longer avoid challenges, you embrace them. And that mindset is what separates the average from the extraordinary. And let's not forget the power of contribution. The most fulfilled, successful, and empowered people are those who give beyond themselves. When you lift others, when you inspire others, when you contribute value without expectation, something remarkable happens. Your own life expands. You create energy, influence, and momentum that comes back to you multiplied. Contribution is the ultimate catalyst for personal and professional growth. It is the glue that connects purpose to power, vision to fulfillment, and action to legacy. And finally, I want you to see this: the life you dream of is waiting for you. The opportunities, the success, the fulfillment, the impact, they are not reserved for someone else. They are available to you right now. The only thing standing between you and that life is the decision to take action, the discipline to persist, the courage to face fear, and the clarity to focus on what matters most. Everything you need is already inside you. The energy, the power, the capacity, the resilience, it's all there. And the moment you claim it, the moment you step fully into your potential, the world has no choice but to respond.